Hey, so I'm excited to let you know, if you haven't heard already, that we're going to be starting a new sermon series on Sunday morning through the book of Genesis, talking about problems and promises in the world as we go through this book. Of course, it's a long book, 50 chapters, and so to kind of break it up over the next couple of years, we're going to kind of go back and forth among some other things. We're going to go back and forth with Genesis, problems and promises in the world, with First Corinthians, and talk about problems and solutions in the church. And so I hope that all of this kind of weaves together and we see God's message for us through His Word in the book of Genesis, and also through His Word to us as a church in First Corinthians. But on Sunday morning, we're going to go in through the first chapter of Genesis, and we're going to talk about the genesis of creation, the beginning of creation. Of course, it starts with the famous words, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." And so I'm going to challenge you on Sunday morning to know and trust your Creator. God is your Creator, and do you know Him? Do you trust Him? Are you following Him? And so we're going to talk about that on Sunday mornings as we think about the creation account. Because if you think about it, there's three big things that we see. We learn in that first chapter of Genesis who God is. We learn a lot about the world around us, and we learn something about ourselves, about humanity. And so we're going to look at that on Sunday morning. And I'm going to kind of ask you to consider three truths about the beginning of our story as we think about that, as we see that God, the world, and humanity. What are the truths that we learn about ourselves, learn about Him, learn about our environment? And so I hope that you'll join us on Sunday morning. I want to encourage you to read Genesis chapter 1 before we gather together, and be prepared, and pray that God would use this time to strengthen us in Him and help us to follow Him with all of our hearts. So looking forward to seeing you at 9 o'clock for our prayer gathering, at 9:30 for family groups, and at 10:40 for our worship celebration.